Good morning and Jai Jagat, and welcome to the Avvenimento, the day 2 of Odyssey 2021. Just a few netiquettes which we would like you to consider since you are a part of our meeting. We request you to join with your laptops. Make sure that you have a stable internet connection. Please check your camera and microphone beforehand. So whenever you need to speak, you should be sure that your voice is going to come across. Please use your mobile only in case of a failure with your laptop, only as a backup. Make sure that you're sitting in a quiet corner of the house, anywhere where you're not distracted by anybody else. And we would prefer if you use a neutral background, like maybe it could be a solid wall behind your back, wherever you are seated. Make sure there's ample light wherever you are seated, because your face should be evident and very clearly. We also request you to be in a professional attire. Please remember, all students have to join the competition in the dress code, which they have already been informed about. And all the team leaders are requested to join the open mic session in a professional attire. Now, of course, the Literary Fest is time bound, and we request you to respect the time limitations which we have. The links for each event are being mailed to you separately. Kindly ensure that you're joining 15 minutes prior to the time given, although the link will go live half an hour earlier than the particular event. Please make sure that you are joining on time. You're requested to keep yourself muted by default, and please unmute yourself only when you are required to speak. We request you to keep your camera on during the sessions, and kindly place your camera in such a way that you are clearly visible. The angle of the camera is quite important. We request you to log in through a single device so that more people can join in. And however, if you are forced to join in through your mobile as well, then please ensure that the notifications are turned off, because those are quite private and makes no sense to make it public for everybody. Now, there are emoji symbols which have been introduced by Zoom. So we request you to use them extensively to express yourself. In case you would like to speak, then we ask you to use the raise hand option, and then you will be recognized so that you may take your turn to speak. The chat box is only for posting very relevant information. Please do not use it for saying thank you and good morning, else the important messages may get lost. Also, thank you, but we request you not to post individual feedbacks on the chat box, because we might lose the important messages as told to you earlier. Of course, each of us feel that we are superhumans and we can multitask, but that is not possible. So please make sure that you are concentrating on the particular job which you are doing at that particular time, else you might miss something which is extremely important. Now, you also, please note, importantly, you are also requested to rename yourself. You are not going to showcase the name of your school anywhere, or you may be disqualified. You are requested to rename yourself with the team code which has already been allotted to your team. You have already been instructed in the open mic session and the video conferencing session how to rename yourselves. So kindly make sure that you rename yourself for the same. We will be sharing a feedback form with you time to time, and we request you to fill it up as soon as possible. And we also request, and in fact, we look forward to your presence in all the sessions. enjoy yourself. We've really worked hard for this, and we really hope that you are going to enjoy it. A very small reminder for the breakout rooms, which we will be having today in the open mic session and the video conferencing as well. During the breakout rooms, please remember, there should be no crosstalk. Please allow one person to finish and then you take your turn. As told you earlier, both in video conferencing as well as open mic, active participation is going to fetch you marks for the team. So kindly make sure that you are active in the session. Please use the language of gratitude. Simply put, we're just asking you to be polite with each other, respect others. There will be allotted times, so please kindly adhere to those allotted times. However, if you do face any kind of network issue at your end, please let your team leader know, who in turn can contact Miss Monica Chandra. They are all in touch with Miss Chandra and have their phone numbers as well. Thank you. Enjoy yourself thoroughly today. Good morning and Jai Jagat. Literature reflects human nature and a way we can learn and relate to others. By reading through a first-person perspective, we can fully immerse ourselves into a different mindset and figure out how others think and feel. This is important in today's society as we're becoming increasingly detached from human interaction. Reading can take us into a different mind realm entirely, a mindset to figure out how others think and feel. It is important that the creative thoughts of the people get a leeway and a path and is identified. To quote the words of Salman Rushdie, literature is where I go to explore the highest and the lowest places in human society and in the human spirit, where I hope to find not absolute truth, but the truth of the tale, of the imagination, and of the heart. Let this new discovery of truth rule your hearts and soul today. Welcome to the Avvenimento, our second day of Odyssey 2021. The success of the Insider has boosted our morale still higher, and we anticipate lots of lessons in collaboration, creativity, communication, and dialogue skills today. Let's start the day with an adjuration to the Almighty. Prayer is a surge of the heart. It is a simple look turned towards heaven. It is a cry of recognition and of love, embracing both trials and joys. Prayer helps one flourish spiritually. I request you all to join us for the school prayer.
I
With the blessings of the Almighty, let the day commence. Great leaders harness personal courage, capture the hearts and minds of others, and empower new leaders to make the world a better place. Leadership is the capacity to transform vision into reality. I now request our respected principal, ma'am, Mrs. Nisha Pandey, to welcome our revered guest.
Good morning, distinguished guests, team leaders, teachers, and students from India and abroad. I'm sure you enjoyed the inaugural ceremony just as we did, putting it up for you. So let us go through the rushes of day one before we proceed further. Sound. Taking a bit of time, I would like to welcome each one of you to our second day of Odyssey 2021. My friends, gear yourself up to witness the joys of teamwork, collaboration, sharing, and competing. Put in your best, and you will find yourself weaving magic. You will witness that children have given wings to their imagination and have pampered their yearning for the gaiety during the streaming of the best moments of exotica recitation. Choreography, Victorian costumes in all its finery with its majestic gowns, elaborate headgears, tinseled satin, and a rich fabric will indeed dazzle you. La Chorale will be an occasion to showcase the highest level of human aspiration and artistic sensibility. Music expresses feelings and thoughts. It brings the beauty of harmony. Melody and words together is a healing balm to ailing and can also lift your spirits to make you dance with joy. A brief glimpse into La Chorale will validate this statement. For good ideas, you need interaction, divergence of views, debate, and discussion. Speech is power. Speech is to persuade, to convert, to compel. You will definitely love to hear different views of the participants in La Deliberation. Our artists and the witty would portray their skills and talent artistic. The video conference will be sheer brilliance personified. They will talk about the portrayal of the Victorian society through the works of Charles Dickens, Jane Austen, George Eliot, and a host of other writers. You will definitely admire the making of future-ready citizens who would be seen brainstorming about SDG goals like no poverty, health and well-being, and of course, clean and sanitation, and how to make them a reality for all. In the open mic session, the stalwarts of the literary world will give their own perspectives on the prolific creativity of the Victorian world. The use of breakout rooms will optimize the learning experience for the audience. The first day would highlight the brilliance and the magnitude of Charles Dickens as an author. The audience will be spellbound by the oratory skill of our resource person, Mrs. Vera Hajela, who's the head of Department of Spoken English at City Montessori School. Find out where joy resides. Give it a voice beyond singing. To miss the joy is to miss it all. So have a great day, everyone. Thank you. So can we have the rushes, please, now?
Thank you, ma'am, for your very inspiring words. And I promise that Avvenimento is really going to take you by a storm. The Odyssey 2021 has been phenomenal. We have had some amazing performances. Each team showcased their talent to the optimum level. Each team was better than the best. The Odyssey 2021 was an amalgamation of online and offline events, where some events will be taking place live through Zoom on day 2 and day 3. Many had submission of entries earlier, which have been judged by our revered and highly qualified judges. I am sure it must have been a Herculean task for the judges to arrive at a conclusion. Our judges are extremely revered in their fields as experts. We now present before you the nominations for the best entries. May I request Ms. Anandita to take over next?
Good morning and Jai Jagat. Music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the minds, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Music touches us emotionally where words alone cannot. When one is in the company of music, there is pleasure in the pathless woods. There is rapture in the lonely shore. Music is the language of the spirit. It opens the secret of life, bringing peace and abolishing strife. A soulful musical rendition is able to transcend all human barriers of culture. Music in itself is healing and an overflow of expression of humanity. It touches all, no matter what culture we are born. So let us live our truth, express our love, share our enthusiasm, and take action towards our dream. So, ladies and gentlemen, take a deep breath and allow the music to flow through. We are now going to showcase the nominations for La Chorale.
Holy, green and round above, star.
Wonderful time, but not have I seen like the west swollen green,
Where all of us dance from the morning till night.
on the oak and the ash and the bonny heavy tree. They flourish at home in my own country. song for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones, on its way to sing through the night, like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more. Some lost to doom and gloom and doe, a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself, far, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread, love, a note to follow song. Tea, a drink with jam and bread, that will bring us back to do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Come back to whom you belong. You've been kept hanging on for long. Stand up, get focused on the day ahead, and you're always welcome home. Come with me on this happy trip back to harmony, I'll be with you. Come with me on this happy trip back to harmony, I'll be with you. Let us follow this path, the path towards joy. Come with me. On this happy trip back to the peaceful land, all will be happy again. All will be happy again. When the journey's end, we'll play a greater reward. All will be happy again. All will be happy again. Come back to whom you belong. Come with me on this happy trip. Stand up, I'll be right beside you. Come with me, all will be happy again. on this happy trip back to the peaceful land. All will be happy again. All will be happy again. When the journey's end, we'll claim our great rewards. All will be happy again. All will be happy again. Irish eye, Irish eye, Irish eyes are smiling. There's a tear in your eye, and I'm wondering why, for it never should be there at all. With such power in your smile, sure as stone you'd be gone. So there's never a teardrop should fall. When your sweet lips in laughters like some fairy song, and your eyes twinkle bright as can be, you should laugh all the while and all of the time. Smile and now smile, that smile won't you sweet? When orange eyes are smiling, short is like all its green. In the little Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When orange eyes are happy, all rises bright and bright and bright. And when Irish eyes are smiling, she'll steal your heart away. For your smile is so hot, of the love in your heart, and it makes even sunshine more bright. That the ringers sing song crooning all the day long, comes the laughter so tender, so night. For the springtime of life is the sweetest of all. There is never real care or regret. And the springtime is ours throughout all of you stars. Let us smile each and much we can. When orange eyes are smiling, short is like all its green. In the little Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When orange eyes are happy, all rises bright and bright and bright. And Irish eyes are smiling, she'll steal your heart away.
Hope you enjoyed those performances by the children in the La Chorale category. With extreme pleasure, I welcome Ms. Tripti Dwivedi, Principal of Asharfabad branch. Thank you, ma'am, for gracing us with your presence. And I request Ms. Sara Diba to take over next.
Good morning and Jai Jagat, everyone. There is nothing in the world so irresistibly contagious as laughter and good humor. Very rightly said by Charles Dickens. Drama enhances the fantasia and creativity. It develops an understanding of a character. Drama is a specific mode of expression represented in performance. It involves the enactment of real and imagined events through role play and performances. It enables individuals and groups to explore, shape, and represent ideas, feelings, and their consequences in dramatic form. Ladies and gentlemen, hold and brace yourself for the best nominations in the category Exotica Recitazione.
The Importance of Being Earnest is a satirical play by Oscar Wilde set in the Victorian era. A play that has thrilled the readers for over a century and is a brilliant experiment in Victorian melodrama, replete with its partial conventions and pinching satire. Jack Worthing, the protagonist of the play, maintains a fictitious identity in the name of Ernest. He falls in love with Algernon's cousin, Gwendolen. Algernon, who is a close friend of Jack, gets to know of the imaginary Ernest. He in return uses the same fake name to impress Jack Worthing's ward, Cecily. Both Gwendolen and Cecily are deeply impressed by the name Ernest. Gwendolen comes to meet Jack, where she happens to meet Cecily. And here is what happened next.
Really, let me introduce myself to you. I'm Cecily Cardew.
Cecily Cardew, what a very sweet name. Something tells me that we are going to be great friends. I like you already more than I can say, and my first impressions of people are never wrong.
How nice of you to like me so much after we met for such a comparatively short time.
You're here on a short visit, I suppose.
Oh no, I live here. My guardian, the existence of this prison, has the artist task of looking after me.
Your guardian?
And Mr. Worthing's ward.
Oh, it is strange you never mentioned it. How secretive of him. But now that I know that you're Mr. Worthing's ward, I can't help expressing a wish that you were, well, just a little older than you seem to be, and not so very alluring in appearance. In fact, if I may speak candidly, I wish that you were fully 42 and more than usually plain for your age. Ernest has a very strong, upright nature. He's the very soul of truth and honor.
Pardon, Gwendolen, did you say Ernest?
Yes, I did.
But it is not Ernest Worthing who's my guardian. It's his brother, his elder brother.
Oh, that accounts for it. Cecily, you have lifted the load from my mind. I was growing almost anxious. But are you quite sure it is not Mr. Ernest Worthing who's your guardian?
Quite sure. In fact, I'm going to be his.
I beg your pardon?
Mr. Ernest Worthing and I are engaged to be married.
My darling Cecily, I think there must be some slight error. Mr. Ernest Worthing is engaged to me.
There might be some misconception, Miss Gwendolen. Ernest proposed to me exactly 10 minutes ago.
It is certainly very curious. Ernest proposed to me yesterday afternoon at 5:30. If you would care to verify the incident, pray do so. I never traveled without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. I'm sorry, dear Cecily, but I'm afraid I have the prior feeling.
It may cause any physical or mental anguish. I'm bound to point out that if Ernest proposed to you, he gladly has changed his mind.
Poor boy has been trapped into any foolish promise. I shall consider it my duty to escape him at once and with a firm hand.
Do you suggest Miss Fairfax has entangled Ernest into an engagement? How dare you? This is no time to wear the shallow mass of manners.
Shall I leave you here, as usual, miss?
Yes, as usual. May I offer you some tea?
Thank you.
Sugar?
No, thank you. Sugar is not fashionable anymore.
Would you like to have cake or bread and butter?
Cake, please. Bread and butter is rarely seen at the best houses these days. You have filled my tea with lumps of sugar, and though I most distinctly asked for cake, you have given me bread and butter. I'm known for the sweetness of my nature and the greatness of my disposition, but I warn you, Miss Cardew, you may go too far.
To save my poor innocent boy from machinations of any other girls, there are no limits which I will not go to.
Gwendolen, darling.
Ernest, my own Ernest. A moment, Ernest. May I ask, are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
Oh, yes, Cecily. Of course, what would have put such an idea really to there?
Thank you.
Yes, you may. I knew there was some misconception, Gwendolen. The man standing beside you is my guardian, Mr. John Worthing.
I beg your pardon?
This is Uncle Jack.
Jack? Oh.
Here is Ernest.
My own love.
A moment, Ernest. May I ask, are you engaged to be married to this young lady?
To what young lady? Good heavens! Gwendolen?
Yes, to good heavens, Gwendolen. I mean, to Gwendolen.
Of course not. Who could have even put such an idea into your pretty little head?
Thank you. You may.
I knew there was some misconception, Miss Cardew. The gentleman who is now embracing you is my cousin, Mr. Algernon Moncrief.
What? Algernon Moncrief? Is your name Algernon Moncrief?
I cannot deny it.
Are you called John?
I couldn't deny. I couldn't deny anything at all. My name is Sir John. It has been John for years.
A gross deception has been practiced on both of us.
My poor wounded Cecily.
My sweet brown Gwendolyn.
For the poor and penniless who suffer greatly from the cold, or they would rather die.
He had gratitude and decreased his surplus population.
Selfish.
Sir, I finished my report. And it's Christmas evening, sir.
Oh, you will.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Because a little thing affects them. A stag is out of the stomach even. It's so Hamburg, I'm telling you. Hamburg. Mercy. Dreadful of us.
Fellow men and travel far and wide. And if that spirit goes not forth in life, it's condemned to do so after death.
Raina's big chamber in Bulgaria, in a small town near the Dracoman Pass. It is late in November in the year 1885. Her reverie is then interrupted by her energetic mother, Catherine.
Raina, heaven's child, I thought you were asleep. There's been a war, a great battle at Nitsa. Our victory. Your father sent news. The battle was won by Sergius. You can guess how splendid it is, a cavalry charge. Think of that. You kept Sergius waiting for a year. Oh, if you have a drop of Bulgarian blood in your veins, you will worship him.
What will he care for my poor little worship after acclamations of a whole army of heroes? But no matter, I am so happy, so proud. It proves that all our ideas were real after all. Our ideas of what Sergius would do, our heroic ideas. Oh, what faithless little creatures girls are! When it buckled on Sergius' sword, he looked so noble.
This route can help us reach a good vantage point.
I agree, but don't you think it will leave us vulnerable until we actually do reach the point?
To my head, just as he was holding me in his arms and looking into my eyes. That perhaps we only had our heroic ideas because we're so fond of reading Byron and Pushkin. Only think, Mother, I doubted him.
A poor figure, shame on you.
Yes, I was only a prosaic little coward. Oh, to think that it was all true, that Sergius is just as splendid and noble as he looks. That the world is really a glorious world for women who can see its glory, and for men who can act its romance. What happiness! What unspeakable fulfillment!
Oh, I must see that everything is safe downstairs. Take this dagger.
Oh, I have one. Don't be anxious about me.
Or you will be shot. Be good and no harm will happen to you. If you raise a voice, my pistol will go off. And I do not intend to be. Do you understand that?
Yes, some soldiers I know are afraid to die.
All of them, dear lady, all of them. Believe me, it is our duty to live as long as we can and kill as many of the enemy as we can. Now, if you raise an alarm...
You will shoot me. How do you know that I'm not afraid to die?
Where are you going?
Only to get my clothes. I'll help you. Hide yourself. Quick, behind the curtains.
Never mind, keep out of the way. It will not last long. If they find me, I promise you a fight.
Yes, glad to see you.
My dear Sergius, sit down and have some coffee.
Thank you, but none for me.
You look splendid, Sergius. The campaign has improved me.
My dear madam, it was the cradle and the grave of my military reputation. I won the battle, but the wrong way when our Russian generals were losing it the right way. It upset their plans and wounded their self-esteem. And here I am, still a simple major. It is too late. I have only waited for the peace to send in my resignation. I never withdraw. But enough about myself and my affairs. How is Raina and where is she?
Raina is here.
She always appears at the right moment.
And so, dear Sergius, welcome home.
I am no longer a soldier. Soldiering, my dear madam, is the coward's act of attacking mercilessly when you're strong and keeping out of harm's way when you're weak.
I need to have a word with you, Sergius.
Let's leave them alone.
How I have envied you, Sergius. You have been out on the world, on the battlefields, able to prove yourself worthy of any women in this world, whilst I had to stay at home, inactive, dreaming, doing nothing.
My queen, dearest, all my deeds have been yours. You inspired me.
Is that so, Sergius?
Yes, but whatever do you mean by that inquisition?
I trusted you. I loved you. You disappointed me, Sergius. You and Hoka? How could you?
How dare you say this to me? Question me when all you do is romanticize the war, but in reality it is bloodshed till the end of your sight, and scream such desperation to hold your hearing forever. I fought in that war, and here you are, audacious enough to talk to me like this? Who even gave you the authority to do so?
Oh, I have had enough. I'm done making backseat in my own life. I'm going to take charge. This is my life.
You wretched lady!
Raina, for you.
The play rewinds with depicting the love of Raina for Bluntschli. And of course, all's well that ends well.
My dear madam, it was the cradle and the grave of my military reputation. I won the battle, but the wrong way when our Russian generals were losing it the right way. It upset their plans and wounded their self-esteem. And here I am, still a simple major. It is too late. I have only waited for the peace to send in my resignation. I never withdraw. But enough about myself and my affairs. How is Raina and where is she?
Raina is here.
She always appears at the right moment.
And so,
how could you?
How dare you say this to me? Question me when all you do is romanticize the war, but in reality it is bloodshed till the end of your sight, and scream such desperation to hold your hearing forever. I fought in that war, and here you are, audacious enough to talk to me like this? Who even gave you the authority to do so?
Oh, I have had enough. I'm done making backseat in my own life.
Raina, for you.
The play rewinds with depicting the love of Raina for Bluntschli. And of course, all's well that ends well.
Excellent host is in quite special spirits at his good fortune in having the French commander as his guest.
Who will your excellency?
Quiet. I'm busy.
Excellency, I obey.
Sounding.
Alas, Excellency, there is none.
Kill something. Bring me its blood.
But Excellency, there is nothing here but your sentinel, your horse, the lady upstairs, and my wife. Your Excellency, I'm afraid that can't happen. If I try, she'd kill me.
Dad, you need to be there.
Oh, Your Excellency does me too much honor. Perhaps some wine?
Wine, no. That would be a waste. You know how they say. Waste. 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 And then talk to me about the subject like the next question. Whatever it is.
Well then, is Your Excellency, by any chance, caught a glimpse of the lady upstairs? Oh well, just the right age, Your Excellency. Just the right age.
You mean 17 or 30?
30, Your Excellency.
30.
Good looking.
Oh, well, every man must judge that for himself. But in my opinion, a fine figure of a lady.
Through the scene, shot tried to expose Napoleon's burning desire of mind to become the emperor of the world. Also, Shaw dehumanizes Napoleon by revealing some of his Machiavellian aspects.
Oh, well, may I lay the table for you, my lord?
No, leave nothing here in this office and I'm waiting for your rise. Where is he?
Here. Someone? Hello? Landlord, where are you?
There he is at last. You were sent on the service to fetch dispatches as a hard rider on the fastest horse in camp. You arrived 100 minutes late on foot.
It was her sister Josephine, told her in broken sentences, veiled hints that revealed in a half.
Did the list. Brentley, Millard's name is leading the list of the killed.
She wept at once, with sudden, wild abandonment in her sister.
Sank, pressed down by physical exhaustion that seemed to haunt her body and reach into her soul.
Oh, this is fearful. There's something coming. The delicious breath of rain is there in the air. In the street below, a peddler is crying his wares. The notes of a distant song is reaching me faintly. There's something creeping out of the sky and reaching me through the sound, the scents, the color that fills the air. Now her bosom rose and fell tumultuously. She was beginning to recognize this thing that was coming to her and striving to beat it back with all her will, as powerless as her two white, slender hands would have been. Her eyes, which had a look of terror in them, became keen and bright. Her pulses beat fast, and her coursing blood warmed and relaxed every inch of her body. She whispered a word over and over again under her breath. Free, free, free. Is it a monstrous thought that holds me? I know that I would weep again of illumination.
Louis, open the door. Open the door, Louis. I beg. What are you doing? You will make yourself ill. Please open the door. For heaven's sake, please open the door, Louis.
Go away. I'm not making myself ill. I'm drinking the very elixir of life through this open window. Spring day.
She clasped her sister's waist, and together they descended the stairs. Richard stood waiting for them at the bottom.
I can see someone is opening the front door with the latch key. Who can it be?
What stood on the opening of the door made Josephine give a cry of amazement, and Richards, in quick motion, tried to screen him from the view of his wife, but was too late.
When the doctors came, they said that she died of a heart disease, of the joy that kills. But you know the real reason, don't you?
Now, the last part of the ingredient. Lucky to find it! Look, the good part! It will separate the two parts within me! Oh God! It's hurting.
Let the good dominate the evil.
Latest news, listen, latest news. Mystery killer reveals, police hunt Edward Hyde. Mystery killer reveals, police hunt Edward Hyde. Listen, latest.
Mr. Edward Hyde will be the sole beneficiary. Fool. Yes, master. Deliver this confidential letter to my dear friend, Utterson.
Day after lunch, the doctor was annoyed, and so was Josephine.
Oh, young lady, please look into your pockets. I never collect laundry without checking them.
Lucilia shares all these ideas of extreme innocence, but Mrs. Mallard tries to keep a secret from Brantley.
Lucilia, we shall discuss this later. You better iron Brentley's morning coat as he's to leave.
Yes. The morning wagon is already booked for you. I shall pack some bacon sandwiches as well. Your umbrella shall match the dress you had set for the ballet tomorrow.
Lucilia, you better iron Brentley's morning coat as he's to leave.
The mirror that would announce the most attractive and elegant lady tomorrow for the ballet.
Yes, the lady lives an incomplete pleasure every day and each moment.
But at times, even I look forward to being with myself. I wish to look out to the clouds outside my window and the bird that flies far and fearless.
Hello, Mr. Brantley. May I meet Mrs. Mallard? Lucilia! Mrs. Mallard, the lady with lovely, but subtle and elusive desires to live with.
Hello, doctor.
I shall nod the belt of the most glamorous crown set for the show.
Lucilia, may I speak to the doctor in private?
Thank you, Mrs. Mallard. You often feel breathless and your pulses beat fast. Live with positive attributes in your life and believe in your present. Neither should you be dreaming of living something ahead. A present is realistic, else all is fantasy. Oh dear, take care of yourself. I have prescribed you few more vitamins.
Brantley, as always, with pale emotion.
I will ask Josephine to be here and not discuss any further.
Brantley shall be soon back home.
I'm worried about his well-being. He left home last night.
You need to be relaxed and not take any stress.
Now is the hour when children at the homes are abed with their mouths right round with the good night chocolate. Compare with them these children on the board about to work the plan. Split mind filters by...
You must forgive me, madam. I am not accustomed to making people walk the jolly plan. It was actually my maid Starkey's work, but he is currently huddled in the cabin scrubbing at tea. I do not know if the plank is set well, but if I must...
Sleep!
Sorry, sir.
And for a morning to the crew, we made them walk the plank.
Oh, look, Peter Pan is here.
Oh, thank God. I'm flattered that they think it's important to save me first. But the script demands that they go and fight the water rat hook now. Go!
Oh, okay. You wrote the script anyway. Hello, Mr. Smith. It was lovely to be made your acquaintance.
Oh, Captain Hook! Where are you?
Hope you enjoyed those beautiful visuals. Just a gentle reminder to the team leaders that the open mic session will commence at 12 noon and the link will be going live soon enough. You have already been conveyed the link on your email IDs and you are requested to join on time for the same. And over to Soumya for the next nominations.
Talent artistic. Illustration through cartoons. This event enables the students to create a storyboard with a humorous perspective. A caricature is a rendered image showing the features of its subject in a simplified or exaggerated way. Caricatures can be amusing or complimentary, a genre that artists employed through the centuries, exaggerating faces and physiques. Shows people displaying humorous figures. A caricature does not necessarily have to be a cartoon. It could be a humorous painting, portrait, or sketch. Satire is a technique employed by writers to expose and criticize foolishness and corruption of an individual or a society by using humor, irony, or exaggeration. It intends to improve humanity by criticizing its follies and foibles. A writer in a satire uses fictional characters which stand for real people or situations. We now bring forth the nominations for Talent Artistic.
Welcome back. We hope you enjoyed the session which was played before you. Cartoon making is definitely not easy. At 12 noon today, we are going to commence with the open mic session. As the Victorian era saw a rise in creative outburst, it found expression in multiple ways. Now, open mic sessions are actually a wonderful platform to motivate the originality of an amateur. These sessions lead to the awakening of the mind and ideological movements. It is available for anyone who turns up at the event and signs up to perform original or non-original musical or literary renditions. It is a live show. It provides an easily understood strategic vision to develop and upgrade the knowledge and boost the confidence of the onlookers as well as the presenters. So today at 12 noon, we'll be joined live by Mrs. Vaivera Hajela ma'am. Respected ma'am has agreed to deliver a plenary, and I hope all the team leaders are ready to join the links at 12 noon sharp. Right now, we are going to bring forth the rushes of yesterday, the Insidia. Please enjoy. Insidia was a roaring success, and we're looking forward to active participation in the Avvenimento as well. We now are going to de-link, and the link for the open mic session has already been sent to all the team leaders on their mail, and we request you to join the same. Thank you and Jai Jagat.